Welcome, and a prime evening to all of you. I'm Thunderbird Prime, Master of VTuber, and tonight we're going to do more lore writing. Or at least, attempt to. There's no way in hell I'm finishing it tonight, but if I try to do it on the regular, bit by bit, eventually it'll get done. Also, hello Macaroni King. It was nice meeting you at TakaCon. Anyways, let me just check my DMs quickly. Alright. If you're wondering what the track is, it is Memories with You from Girls Frontline 2. Damn it, why do gacha games nowadays have like such stellar music? It's like they put effort into it or something. Anyways. Let's get to work. I wish I had some lies. Hello, Soul. How did Girls Frontline 2 go? I did 2 more 10 pulls before stream and still no Centaurus V4. Nothing yet. And I need to do a little bit of the event to get some more cubes. Anyways. I wish I kinda had water here, but one, I ran out of water this morning. As in, there is no more water in the water filter. And, you know, I only have so many hours in the morning. So I boiled the water. It didn't cool off before I could, like, put it in the filter. Like, when I touched the electric kettle, it was still hot. And by the way, I had to buy a new electric kettle. Because the old one has a hole in it. And we can't fix it. So, I checked the papers. I checked, like, the local store. Hey, there is a sale going on. I can get a new electric kettle. And so I did. I did this during my days off. Shortly after returning from Chicago. It was like fairly inexpensive. I don't know how. I saw the regular price and like, yeah, that's a good sale. So, let's see. The old man's on a business trip. And shortly after I returned, the maid went on vacation. For approximately 2 weeks. So basically, I'm fending for myself right now. Don't worry, I haven't burned anything. The house is still intact. The fact that I'm still streaming is kind of proof of that. And. I have begun the process of getting all the parts and components for a new PC. The only thing I'm waiting on right now is the power supply unit. Also, I did some meal prep on Wednesday. Tuesday I did breakfast meal prep. Wednesday I did lunch meal prep, as in food I take to work to eat for lunch. As if that wasn't clear enough. You know, nothing too complicated. Something simple, but delicious. I just got some like boneless, skinless chicken breast that was on sale at the grocery store near my house. It was like, buy 2, get the 3rd for free. And each pack came with like 4 pieces, so like 4 times 3, that's 12. That covers 2 work weeks, 10 days, and I have 2 to spare now. You know, I just marinated it with like, I mixed up some garlic, some salt, some pepper, some soy sauce, kind of all just mixed up that, and just kind of like slathered it onto the chicken to let it marinate. Like, wrapped it up, stuck it in the fridge. And so like, I just wake up in the morning, I wash the rice, I put it in the rice cooker, I push the button, it cooks by itself, and then I take 1 piece of the marinated chicken breast, throw it onto a pan, heat it up, flip it regularly, cut inside, make sure it's actually cooked thoroughly, make sure there's no pink uncooked parts, because that would be bad. Boy, oh boy, that would be bad. You know, and don't worry, I made sure to get some vegetables too. I got some cucumbers, cut them up in the morning, have it in a separate container, like the rice, the chicken, the cucumbers, the yogurt, all of them are in different containers, which I pack into my lunch bag, along with like 2 bottles of water. And hey, I'm not sick. I haven't gotten sick. No tummy hort. Truly, tummy hort is the greatest adversary of all of YouTubers. Anyways. Also, I've been doing my own laundry. I've been starting to make preparations in the stream room, like vacuuming, moving things around, gathering up all the rubbish. Because, you know, try as I might to be clean, sometimes it slips. Sometimes my streaming room gets a little messy. It happens. I don't really care about doing chores. Sorry to break it to you. That's the way it is. I don't like doing chores. I will do chores, but I'm not gonna like it. And I will never like doing chores. That's just a fact you have to accept, chat. That's why I like having a maid do some of these things for me. But now that she's on vacation, I gotta do it myself. I don't hate it, I just find it time consuming. That's the biggest gripe. But hey, doing the laundry, cooking the food, doing the dishes, you know, regular household stuff. Maybe I should water the plants too. Maybe I should water the old man's plants while he's away. I should probably do that. Probably either tonight after stream or tomorrow after stream. Who knows? I don't know yet. That's a problem for future me. And here I am just yapping about whatever in my daily life right now when I really should be writing. Truly, procrastination is one hell of a drug. Do do do. Anyways. Maybe that's enough yapping for now. I'll try to do some writing now. I do need to, like, flesh out the story, the characterization. I've done a little bit of world building in this chapter. Like, addressing the elephant in the room. Why the hell is nobody helping with this monster problem? Because they all think it's just fake. They think we're just shooting a really complicated and realistic movie. And like, really? Basically, we got fake newsed. That's basically what happened. That is correct, Soul. That's for future Thunder to worry about. And boy, I don't envy that guy. But really, it's not that, like I said with all the other household chores, it's not that it's hard, it's just, it takes up time. Time I'd rather be doing watching Kamen Rider, playing video games, watching anime, watching VTubers, maybe grabbing a snack. I don't know. Really, it's just watering plants. It's not rocket science. It's just something I just remembered I should probably do, because I'm the only one in the house. Speaking of the house, I did mention that I'm gonna have to like clean up and rearrange my streaming room when it comes to building the new PC. Which, let's just say, boy, I'm sure glad I got a big fat tax return from the Canada Revenue Agency. Because a majority of that paid for this new PC. Now, I just have to think. I did get a new desk to accommodate not one, but 2 PC towers. Plus this current desk that I'm using for my current setup, it's kind of small. We're kind of running out of room. So I went ahead and got like a new L-shaped desk that I can like stick in the corner. But then I realized I'm going to have to move things out of said corner. There are a lot of big, heavy things in the corner I want to put it in. And I need to move that. I need to move all that stuff. One of those things is a printer. Now you're probably wondering, Thunder, why do you have to put it in that corner specifically? I mean, it's a square room, right? Theoretically, you could put it in any corner. Well, dear chat, let me inform you. You probably don't know this, which is why I'm informing you. The wall jack for the cable connection for the internet is on one specific side of the wall. Therefore, I need to have the desk fairly close to said jack. Just so I don't have to spend too much on extra wires. I mean, I could. And then I have to think about cable management, because boy oh boy. Let's just say my current cable management, yeah. It looks like a bird's nest. So I have to move the printer, move some other big heavy things. Can I move it by myself, or will I need assistance? That remains to be seen. Let's just focus on moving the things I can for now. And then once I get the power supply unit, once I get everything all assembled, once I make sure that I have the correct mounting adapters for the CPU cooler, for the CPU to put in the motherboard, to make sure the CPU cooler is compatible with the motherboard. Once I have all that confirmed, maybe I'll do a hand cam stream of me like assembling the new PC, which is like kind of a daunting task for me because I've never done such a thing before in my life. I mean, sure, I've replaced parts in my current PC. I've replaced the RAM. I replaced the jank-ass CPU cooler with like, it was like a dinky basic fan. And I got like an actual legitimate CPU cooler. I've also replaced the fans. They were loud as hell. And now the fans I have are like fairly quiet when I'm doing things normally. It starts acting up when I play Girls Frontline 2. I mean, can you really blame it? That thigh-high rendering tech they have in Girls Frontline 2, that demands a lot of resources, and it's worth it. Where was I going with this? Oh yes, I've replaced parts in my PC, but I've never actually built a PC from scratch. So this is gonna be a new experience for me, and hopefully I don't fuck this up. Just in case, maybe I should have someone like on call with me to make sure I don't fuck this up. I really don't want to fuck this up. I spent a lot of money on this. I mean, the CPU and the graphics card together already cost more than the entirety of my current PC, which is fucking buck wild to think about and say out loud. Why does PC technology have to be so goddamn expensive? You think that after getting iteratively better and better and better at this, it would drive the cost down, but no. It's almost kind of like the same situation with like cars. Speaking of cars, I'm still waiting on my new car. And recent events have me worried about the final cost of my car. God damn it. Anyways, I should try to write, but I like yapping too. I am using these writing streams not only to write, but also to like work on and improve my yapping skills. And like go off on tangents on the most mundane things like cooking my own food, doing chores at home, what it feels like living by myself. Even if it's for a short period of time. Like 2 weeks. Or maybe now it's like a week and a half. Because Giselle's scheduled to come back, I think next Saturday, Sunday. And then I need to go pick her up, and that's probably going to take a couple of days on my days off. I don't know if the car's coming in at that point yet. Who knows? I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. So I think after Yuhi in Girls Frontline 2, Yuhi is currently being run as the new limited elite doll, and Centauracy is getting a rerun running alongside Yuhi, so it's Yuhi and Centaurosi. Your choice. I managed to get a second. No. I managed to get another copy of Centaurosi. She's at V3 now. But then I lost 50-50 to Sabrina. I need to get a couple more cubes to do another 10 pull. I already did 2 10 pulls right before stream. No luck. And I know after Yuhi is going to be Xiaohui. I don't know who's running alongside Xiaohui. And then after Xiaohui, it's unknown territory. We don't know who's being run. I really hope it's Lena. Because, like, I've been looking at, like, CN banners and it's like, we got 6, soon to be 7 with Xiaohui. 7 dolls that got released after Lena on the CN server that are showing up on the global server before Lena. That's kind of frustrating. Anyways, what was I going with this? Maybe I should, like, actually get to writing. I just instinctively reached for a glass of water, and I realized I don't have a glass of water. Oh yeah, speaking of the water filter, I checked, and I need to replace the filter too. Like, the actual filter component that you stick in the filter to make it do the filtering. I need to replace that. Luckily, past me had the foresight to, like, buy, like, a multi-pack of those filter components. They should be somewhere in the kitchen. Oh, hi, Prisma. I've just been yapping and avoiding actually writing, which kind of defeats the purpose of the stream, if I'm being completely honest. Look. As a VTuber, I need to level up my yapping skills. But also, being a writer is kind of my, like, one of the core tenets for me specifically. I need to do this. Because, like I've said many times in the past, we have a lot of VTubers who are also talented artists. And it's really cool that they're talented artists. More times than not, I look at their stuff and I'm like, wow, you drew this? That's fucking awesome. Having said that, writing is my thing to differentiate myself from the crowd, to make myself stand out from the crowd. Whether or not it's gonna work is another story. And I don't even know if people read this stuff. I posted in my Discord server. I posted on Twitter too. I sent just like a Google Drive link to a Google Doc. And I'm pretty sure everyone has Google Doc fatigue by now, given all the recent hullabaloo that's been happening in the VTuber sphere. I get it. But I've been doing Google Docs of my lore chapters long before any of this happened. And I will keep doing it even if I get like almost no feedback. Because I guess that's the true test of your determination as a writer. Can you keep writing even if no one is giving you feedback? Can you keep writing if it feels like no one cares? Can you keep writing if the reality is in fact that no one cares? That's the true test of your grit. If nothing else, I will finish this for myself. It may take years. It may even take decades. But I will keep chipping it away whenever I have the time to do so. And also, taking breaks to, socialize, stream, and all that jazz. Because I've been a VTuber for 4 years now. Somehow I managed to avoid burnout, which, when you think about it, is a miracle in and of itself. It's rare for VTubers to last this long, if I'm being perfectly honest. I think someone said before, like, the average lifespan of a VTuber is like 2 to 3 years before they burn out. But then I look at, like, my Corpo Oshi, Eki Rosenthal, who's been doing this for 7 years. Look, if she can do this for 7 years, I think I can manage to hang on for another 3. I have to balance work, streaming, writing, leisure time, etc., so I don't burn out. There's been a lot of times behind the scenes where I've almost burnt out. And every single time I had to take a step back and like, alright, we need to change some things to make sure this doesn't happen. And every time I've been successful so far. It's just, I use Friday/Thursday as like my wild card day, depending on like what I feel like doing. Will it be a writing stream? Will it be a Genshin stream? Will it be a Girls Frontline 2 stream? Will it be a React stream? Will it be a tier list stream? I want to keep Thursday/Friday kind of like an open wildcard day, because Monday is Yakuza day, Tuesday is Tales collab day, Sunday is watch along day. I try not to stream on Wednesday or Saturday, but I will be on Soul stream tomorrow for his birthday. I just won't be streaming my point of view because it's his birthday. He should be the one streaming. And I realized that in this new event is kind of like the heavy text part of the story and the combat gameplay are kind of been separated. I didn't realize until like I finished all the combat sections, and it felt kind of disjointed. It felt kind of like we were missing a lot of story context. And then I saw the big exclamation point to like the left of the screen. It's like, oh, did I need to click that? Oh. Oh. Okay then. And I need to do those like story parts so I can get some more cubes so I can do some more pulls. And if I don't get another copy of Centaurace before the event's over, it is what it is. I'm not going to spend money to get more cubes. I will spend money for costumes, but I won't spend it on gacha. I mean, the main concern I have about like my meal prep for lunch. Will I get sick of eating the same thing over and over for 2 weeks? Hopefully not. I mean, the cooked chicken breast looks kind of crude. It's cut up to all hell. It looks like someone just haphazardly took some really sharp scissors to it and just cut up the meat. But even with my amateurish work on marinating that meat, it still tastes good. At the end of the day, that's all that really matters. It tastes good, it fills me up, it keeps me full for the day. And it's a good mix of it's like rice, chicken breast, cucumbers. Like we got the meat and veggies and some grains mixed in. And for dairy we got yogurt. Look, we got all the 4 food groups. Look at me, just managed to be a functioning adult. Never thought I'd see the day. Now let's maybe not have that part. See, kind of the good thing of writing live on stream is I can read what I've just wrote and be like, do editing right on the spot. It's like, you know what, that doesn't fit. Or, you know what, maybe we can change this up. Or, no, take it out. And I was doing such a good job of keeping it to myself, too. Well, it's Friday. For most of you, that means the weekend is starting. For me, though, my Tuesday just ended. In terms of a work week. Because as I've said many times already, my work week is Thursday to Monday. Yes, it sucks. You don't have to tell me that. I know it better than anyone else. But I hope everyone's just doing well on this Friday night. All things considered, it's pretty peaceful in the house. And around the house. Just, I have to wash all the dishes after the stream tonight. Because I didn't have much time to do that before stream. So I'm gonna have to do that after stream. Like, all the time I had for today was after getting home. Was like, get a bowl of cereal to eat. Maybe a little snack too. I was not gonna have enough time to wash the dishes before prepping for stream. So I'm just gonna have to do it after stream. It is what it is. Usually they'd be done by the time I get home. Thanks to the maid, but you know. She's on holiday right now, so I have to do it myself. Again, it's one of those things, it's like, it's not hard. It's just time consuming. It's like doing laundry. Well, you can just stick it in the washing machine and just come back like an hour later to throw it into the dryer. And then come back another hour and toss it into the laundry bin and then carry it upstairs and fold the clothes yourself. Like, it's weird. Laundry is like, it feels like the most time consuming, but like, it's the least time that you're actually doing stuff. It's like, from start to finish, it's the most time consuming. But like, huge chunks of that part in between, you can just go off and do something else. Laundry, though, no. Laundry, yeah, you can just go off and do something else. Washing the dishes, you gotta do that yourself. Watering the plants, you gotta do that yourself. Taking out the trash, you gotta do that yourself. Cooking the food, you gotta do that yourself. Unless you have like one of those slow cookers or an air fryer. But you know, not everything can be solved with an air fryer. A lot of things can be, but not everything. We've been yapping for like 40 minutes and we barely wrote anything. Jeez. Truly, we're reaching levels of procrastination we didn't think was possible before. But alas. If nothing else, I'm consistent in defying expectations. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But man, I really could go for some water. I didn't want to really like drink anything like caffeinated, not at this hour. Like, as tempting as that bottle of Baja Blast is inside my fridge, I need to save it, just in case. Which reminds me, I should probably buy another bottle of Baja Blast. But I can't do that tomorrow. I'm not going to have time to do that tomorrow. At most, I'm going to have time. I'm going to barely have enough time to get something quick to eat on my way home from work. And then, as soon as I get home from work, I'm just hopping on the PC. Try to log in as fast as possible. And join Soul's birthday stream. And after that, I have to do... Alright. Baja Bilk or Tex-Mex? Which is it gonna be? Is Bilk unpleasant? Yeah, kind of. But also, we're really close to running out of milk? Okay, Tex-Mex it is. You know, you're lucky, Prisma. I was starting to run out of whiskey. So I managed to get another bottle of whiskey. You can't see it, but I'm holding a bottle of Gibson's Finest Canadian whiskey, aged 12 years. It's just, Hopefully I can get the cork out. Anyways, I will get the Baja Blast. I'll get the glass. I'll get a spoon to mix it all. I do have the whiskey right here in my streaming room, because I had a feeling this was going to happen sooner or later. So, gonna pause the music, gonna BRB. Who knows? Maybe the alcohol will help me write better. So we're gonna run some ads in the meantime and go to the ad screen. Yep, same thing. Fireflower, ready to hurt, Mario. I'm gonna show up you a new skill I just picked up. Yeah, I'm walking. Yeah.
Dismal, bash, apocalyptic, savage, 6 skills.
Oh, so close. But Kumbara will finish him off. Sit tight, folks. Now departing from Mount Rugged. Choo-choo, motherfuckers. You're on my train with a face and I'm coming away. Choo-choo, motherfucker. It's a motherfucking birthday. Oh, that's cute. Star-shaped puffs of smoke. Chapter 2: The Mystery of Dry Ruins. Pshaw. Get real, King Bowser. Yeah, that Gooba King was huge. He was a total Wimpola. Well, nothing like him. See, what we've got going on is the power of teamwork. Together, we can put the herd of Mario in seconds flat. Excellent! That's the spirit! Sell it, Koopa Bros! Show our king that special attack you do so well! Yes, ma'am! Ready, everybody? Ooh! Ooh! That! This is... Ooh! Let's go home. Hey, it's a Luigi. Anyways, I am back with the Tex-Mex, which is Baja Blast, mixed with whiskey. Truly a most foul cocktail. Now let's get this really close to the mic. Stirring it up. Because, as most people know, you cannot put anything was it caffeinated or was it carbonated? You can't put anything carbonated inside one of those like cocktail shaker things. No. I have been advised time and time again to not do that. So this is going to be stirred because shaken is impossible. Alright, let's get this real close to the mic. Remember, Prisma, you redeemed this. You asked for this. Prepare for the gross noises. Anyways, let's get back to writing, shall we? Look, I try to... Is that not how you spell accommodating? Apparently not. Not with an O, not with an A. Oh, 2 M's. I did not know that. I've used the word speaking it. Writing, not so much. Anyways, I'll probably go to like 11 before I end the stream. Again, I have things to do, dishes to wash, things to put out for the morning. Packages to worry about. I'm just looking at where this power supply unit is. Well, I think it's currently it's on the other side of the country. That's good to know at least. They said the latest is going to be June 2nd. So another week and a half. What's June 1st? Global Day of Parents. June 3rd, World Bicycle Day. June 5th, World Environment Day. June 8th, World Oceans Day. 14th, World Blood Donor Day. 15th, Father's Day. To-do. You know, I'm kind of sad that Centeracy does not have the Covenant option yet. And I'm sad that there's no alternate costumes for Centeracy. It's not like they're lacking for options. Judging from Girls Frontline 1, we have quite the selection for Centaurace. On the other hand, maybe it's better this way. Maybe I get to save money this way. Still. It's nice to see something. Dun dun. Alright, looks like one of the people I was planning to raid is ending stream. So I'm gonna have to find plan B. I think stream ended actually. Yep, time to click out. Oh well. Well, let me ask you this. I think the main reason why I'm a little more receptive of spending money for costumes in Girls Frontline 2 is because we have full 3D models. It's not like Azure Lane where it's like at best live 2D. And Genshin, well, none of the costumes that have been released are costumes that I want. So I don't have to worry about that. Now I'm just going over to the wiki to see what costumes are there that I actually want. You know, besides Sabrina's besides Sabrina's swimsuit skin, which I already have. It's like, it's got to be like a character I actually play a lot, and I actually like the costume. I know QJ is going to get a costume, and it looks pretty cool. The Lena costume, like, I like Lena, but I don't like the costume. Mosin Nagant maybe Nikita. I'll have to see like the actual 3D version, because like the illustration version, I don't know. Rebella, maybe. And that's all the costumes that I'd actually be interested in. Remember, you got to be mindful of your spending. You got to be keeping track of what you spend things on and how much you're spending. Like, despite all my talk about like dropping a few thousand for a new PC, or like taking trips to Japan and buying ludicrous amounts of Kamen Rider merch, mainly belts. Despite all that, despite popular belief, I am in fact a financially responsible adult. I know. That sounds like bullshit coming from a VTuber of all people. But chat, you gotta believe me. Also, I don't know if I put on the heat on too high, or it's just the result of the residual heat coming from the PC. I think it's the residual heat coming from the PC, because I noticed that when I leave the streaming room, it becomes noticeably cooler, temperature-wise. So, if I'm going with a 2-PC stream, 2-PC setup, because I don't feel like throwing away this current PC. I don't know why I said old PC. It's the current PC I'm using. I'm not gonna throw it away. It's still functional. There are still things I can use it for. So I had someone suggested that like I do a 2-PC setup for streaming. And you know, I'm not entirely against the idea. You know, given my history, given my past, given my background, I would very much like to avoid throwing things away wastefully as much as I can. It's just, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to turn on the air conditioning. We have central air conditioning in this house, so that's not a problem. Besides, maybe the extra heat will be appreciated in the winter. Now, let's hit Control S. My fingers are just naturally glued to Control S on the keyboard. It's just a habit I picked up. Just ready to hit those 2 keys at the same time, just in case. Save, like, more often than I probably need to. Part of me is just paranoid that the power will go out and I could potentially lose hours of work. I say as I barely written like 2 paragraphs in this 1 hour since I've started streaming. Chat, you can probably judge me on this. I won't like that you will judge me on this, but you have every right to judge me on it. As much as I don't like you judging me for this, there's nothing I can really do about it. Me when too deep into drawing and the weather suddenly gets bad. That is precisely why my fingers are just like, they naturally hover to Control S and just like hover over those 2 keys and just ready to press them at a moment's notice, like right now. Wait, yeah, you can barely see the green like saving bar at the bottom of the active screen that's being shown in the window, like right there at the bottom left. It appears for like a split second, but you can see it. That's me hitting Control S. Did I just press Control S like 7 times to demonstrate that? Yes, yes I did, and I'll do it an 8th time. But yes, heat might be a concern if I'm doing a 2 PC setup. And then what will I do with the current desk that I'm using when I switch over to the new PC desk? I'll probably move it to my room because I originally took it from my bedroom and just set it up in there and just put random miscellaneous stuff I've gathered up on top of it. Like, I don't know, the plushies I've gotten. What else? Maybe show off my Kamen Rider belts. I mean, it's better than just having them on the floor. I mean, which belts do I have right now? I have the Deca Driver, the Double Driver, the O's Driver, the Arkle from Kuga, the Ryuki belt, the Seiken Sword Driver from Saber, which you can switch between the Saber emblem, the Blades emblem, and the Espada emblem. And I got like the full 3-set book for Saber, Blades, and Espada. Just in case. Even though I just mainly use it for Espada because lightning. Of course I'm gonna do that. I also have the Caliber driver for Kamen Rider Caliber, also from Kamen Rider Saber. I have the belt, the sword, the Wonder Ride book, Jaku Dragon, the power-up book, Jao Dragon. I also have like the Desire driver with like the Geats core, the Buffa core, the Magnum buckle, Boost buckle, Zombie buckle. Also got Bujin sword. I'll probably pick up the Fever buckle next time I'm in Japan, assuming I can win another lottery draw for HoloFest. You know, if I do go to Japan again for HoloFest, I'm thinking maybe this time instead of spending all my time in Tokyo, let's try something different. Maybe we can go to Osaka instead, and spend the majority of our time in Osaka instead, and then go to Tokyo when it's time for the concert. Now, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I need to win the lottery draw first, and that's not for like another 6 months. Maybe 5 months. I don't know. I forget when the lottery draws start. I think they actually start in December. I know my vacation picks are around late November, early December, or something like that. I don't know. That's a problem for future Thunderbird. Anyways, writing is hard. That's why I'm going yapping instead of actually writing, because writing is hard. Because if you ask people if they're good at writing or bad at writing, it's very clear cut if they say they're good at writing or bad at writing. Whereas if you ask them if they're a good artist or not, the answer is more varied. It's more of like a spectrum between good and bad. But for writing, it's like clear cut, binary, good, bad. That's because writing is hard. Like, if you search up writing is hard, you'll probably find that gif from Supernatural of Charlie saying, writing is hard. You know why? Because writing is hard. Maybe that's why story and dialogue in modern media sucks so much. Or at least some parts of it suck. I mean, people like to say, haha, millennial writers, they fucking suck. And me, being a millennial and a writer. And inclined to agree, yeah. Yeah, the stuff you guys put out kinda sucks. Which I'm like, I think the biggest problem with millennial writing is like, it's so irony poisoned. Like, everything has to be like a joke or a sarcastic quip or something like that, or it has to be like too preachy. Just I think the biggest thing I'm trying to inject into my writing is like, I'm going the opposite way of irony poisoning. I'm trying to be as genuine as I can without it feeling too fake. If you get what I'm saying. This is my way of like combating that like millennial writer stereotype. Just be genuine. Be authentic. Like, at the end of the day, I want to write a good story. I want to write characters that are flawed, but still likable. And I don't think making my characters irony poisoned is conducive to that goal. Like, sure, as you can see right here, I can have my snarky, sarcastic moments. But when that happens, people are ready to call that out. And as you can see, I'm explaining like, I'm trying to be on my best behavior, but sometimes it just slips out. And that's natural. We can't be on our best behavior all the time. And you're right, Prisma. Being too authentic could invite trouble. In fact, it does invite trouble. Being kind to those that would take advantage is always likely. That's why it's like... That's why, like, if you notice, like, the consistent thing from this first-person view is, like, I'll be sarcastic in my head, but, like, be less of an asocial asshole when I'm speaking out loud. And, you know, make an effort to be... What's the word? Be... agreeable, willing to work with others, because like that's kind of like the main theme of like my characterization is like, due to my extremely rough past, I'm very distrustful and suspicious of others, and this entire journey is about like, it's like, no, you're right to be suspicious of others. You're right to be on guard, but also there are people you can trust. There are people you can lean on. There are people you can ask for help, and that's okay. Just like the main flaws of my character at the start is that I'm suspicious of others, I'm distrustful of others, it's hard for me to open up to others, my mind usually jumps to the worst conclusion. But at the same time, I still yearn for that human connection. I still want to be accepted. And like, this whole thing is like working through my bullshit. And you know, fight monsters in a cool looking suit. That's always a big bonus. And so I try to like tie in like some of the common quote unquote darker themes of Kamen Rider into this, like prejudice, revenge, the fact that you can't save everyone, accepting the fact that you'll never really belong. Which, like, the dark themes of Kamen Rider just makes me think, like, how do they get away with that? Putting that into a children's show. Like, if you look at the current season of Kamen Rider Gav. Like, they deal with a lot of dark themes in that show, which you never would have guessed from, like, the bright candy-colored themes, the visual candy themes. Like, Kamen Rider Gav deals with, including but not limited to, human trafficking, government corruption, drug dealing, revenge, bad blood between family, having some physical aspect of you that you do your damnedest to hide. Yippee! Human trafficking! That's going to be clipped out of context. Let's see. Human trafficking, drug dealing, government corruption, human experimentation, artificial life, family. Okay, family's not really a dark theme, but like the theme of family is like really strong in Gav. Like your blood family versus friends, aka the family you choose. Yippee! Wow, so many people streaming tonight. I mean, it is Friday. That does make a modicum of sense. I keep forgetting, normal people, their Friday is like the start of their weekend. For me, my Tuesday is just over. You know, maybe I should try to like work on this off stream when I'm not busy, but the thing is I'm going to be very busy because I'm just busy taking care of myself, doing the laundry myself, making my meals myself, taking out the garbage myself, doing the grocery shopping myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like whenever we need to buy groceries, I usually tag along with the maid and help her carry the heavy stuff, you know. Yeah, I can't really go into detail about my work situation, Prisma, but I'm in a similar situation where, like, you know, the weekends are our busiest days, so hardly anyone gets those days off. I always talk around my personal life just so, like, I can avoid doxing myself, and also, frankly, chat doesn't need to know every single detail of my personal life. They are not entitled to that information. Like, I talk around where I live, what I do for a living, where exactly in Canada I live, because geographically speaking, Canada is a huge ass country. But then you remember the population of our entire country is less than that of the population of the state of California. Like, I also talk around, like, where I live, what I do for work, like, despite being a VTuber, I am entitled to some degree of privacy. Like, I have a life outside being funny, handsome anime man on the internet. Speaking of being funny, handsome anime man, you know, it's been 4 years. Maybe it's time for a model upgrade, but those are expensive, so maybe not right away. Maybe I need to save up some money first. And ask my art mama, hey, time for a new model. You know, it's only been 4 years. But it's like, on one hand, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. On the other hand, you know, maybe a new look will spruce things up. And, you know, I'll go back to the same artist I got for my current model right now. I platonically love my mama, Rikusu X. And it's I'm just reminded of that recent drama. It's like, imagine thinking, like, if there's more VTuber models from the same artist, the value of each model is lessened somehow. Like, what kind of bullshit is that? I will sing my art mama's praises to the high heavens. And, like, I went on her Linktree page and went to the VTuber section and clicked on every VTuber that was on that page and followed them on Twitch and or YouTube and or Twitter. Now, granted, the majority of them don't seem to be active anymore. But still, I made the conscientious effort to, like, go and follow as many as I could and see if they were still active. Like, that was when Rikusu was still going under the name Meowri. I wonder if she still has a link tree that lists all her VTuber children. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm currently on her art commission page. I'm waiting for it to load. Oh, it's like a team. And I just gotta click on my mama's name. Alright, well, let's see. Card? Oh, card. Maybe it's on her card. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Probably not. Alright, compilation and other services. Let's see. I wish... It doesn't look like she has... It doesn't look like she has the VTuber section on her page anymore. Maybe it's because she has to share her page with, like, other artists. No, that links to her Twitter. Okay, she doesn't have the page in her. The point is, when she did have that page, the VTuber section, I went and followed everyone on that page. Granted, like I said, the majority of them aren't active anymore. But like, I try to like, whenever my VTuber siblings are streaming, I try to prioritize them in terms of like watching them, or at very least lurking in their channel. I mean, currently it's like, besides myself, it's like Soul, Jack, and Melinda seem to be the most active of the siblings when it comes to Twitch. I know Romani Phoenix does stream as well. Maybe he's not as much as the rest of us, but he does. And when he does, I go lurk in his stream too. Like, the thing about like the Rikusu family, the VTuber family, we're pretty tight-knit. Thanks to Cliff. Cliff gathered us all. Like he was gathering the Infinity Stones. It's all thanks to Cliff that like I managed to find a lot of our fellow VTuber siblings. And like sometimes even Mama herself streams. I managed to catch like one stream of her. Hopefully she gets to stream again. Hopefully we can do collabs with her. Like big family collabs. That would be nice. I'm trying to think. Jack Delane, Soul Marquis, Melinda Esperanza, and myself. We're the most active on Twitch. Romani Phoenix, KIC Dude, Joey the Ghost. They're still active too. Cliff, sometimes I see. And the other siblings, unfortunately, seem to have dropped off the radar, which is a damn shame. Anyways. The point is, I'm going back to my original VTuber mama when I finally decide it's time for a new model / new outfit / whatever the hell I need. I just need to like figure out the exact specifications so I can budget properly. So I can pay her appropriately, you know, like she deserves. Alright, let's see. And I need to see, like, the caveat also is, are these prices in USD? Because if they are, I'm going to have to save even more money. Because the conversion rate is shit. It has been shit for at least a decade, maybe longer. One of the few things I do not like about being Canadian. That is probably like #1 with a bullet point. Our currency is worse. Okay, let's see. Well, the base price, yeah, that's to be expected. The thing about expressions is like, I'm a common writer. For all intents and purposes, I'm a common writer. But to avoid legal troubles, I say I'm a masked hero. It's like, I mean, I suppose I could deviate from like the common writer design philosophy and have like some sort of expressions in my big ol' eyes. I just have to be a little creative with it. Because, like, my face is still going to be covered by a cool looking mask. It's just, how do I show emotion while still wearing a mask? Non-affiliated masked fighter man. Exactly. And I'm pretty sure Toei does not have, like, the word henshin copyrighted. Even though we like to joke that they do. Like, you really can't copyright a general use term word like that. But anyways. This is quite a unique problem for me to have. Expressing emotion without taking off the helmet. And with limited body movement as well. See, the thing with like Kamen Rider and Super Sentai and Ultraman and Kaiju is like, you can't see their faces the majority of the time. That's why they have to use body language to convey what they're feeling or what they're saying. And that's something I can only do if I have like a 3D model. Which I will get to eventually. Budget allowing. But like as a, you know, as a live 2D VTuber model, my options are a little more limited. So I need to think of a more specific solution to this problem. And I have been suggested a solution by my editor. It's just I need to plan out like, alright, which specific expressions can I have that I can toggle through that is unique to a masked hero. But that'll be a problem for future Thunderbird when I have the time and, more importantly, the money. Because like even though I said in the past, in this stream especially, that I am a financially responsible adult, that still holds true. However, I still need to budget things. I still need to like work a job to earn money. I still need to pay for things like food and internet. And you know, I need to like set money aside for like personal indulgences. If I'm gonna do like, oh, I don't know, a new VTuber model, I need to like start putting money away little by little by little by little. Like I did with my PC. With my new PC that I'm planning to build. Until tax season came along and just solved that problem immediately. Anyways. I've just been yapping and procrastinating on this writing, even though I set this time aside to write. And instead, using that time to level up my yapping skills. And try to not sound so robotic and actually have some emotion in my voice. And speak coherently and consistently without too long of a pause. Because that seems to happen a lot when I'm like trying to play a video game and talk at the same time. I'll have a lot of awkward pauses. I'm trying to work on that. But you know, multitasking is fucking hard. Trying to be good at the video game and good at yapping at the same time. It's not gonna work out. Something has to give. And, well, I chose the unpopular choice of being good at the video game instead. Because, hey, I like video games. I like being good at the video game. Try yapping when doing a rhythm game. It's fucking hell. You know, when VTubers are streaming rhythm games and they're locked in trying to full combo, I can understand if they go silent for a bit. Because frankly, I would do the same thing as well. You gotta lock in, get that full combo. And only after you get the full combo can you like take a breather and check chat messages. Whoops. Stayed up too late. Gotta tap out. Understandable, Prisma. Have a good night. Get some sleep. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for indulging in my yapathon. Even though I'm trying to write. Maybe see you tomorrow. I don't know. I have work tomorrow. And then after work, I am driving home at a reasonable speed, stopping somewhere to get food on the way home, then get back home, change out of work clothes, change into normal clothes, boot up the PC, get into voice chat, and be like, sup, who's ready to kill some zombies? Anyways, we have about like 15 minutes left. I should try to write more. I keep saying that and then proceed to yap about the most nothing things ever because I'm trying to get better at talking unprompted. Because that's kind of my job. That's one of my jobs as a VTuber. Is to be good at yapping, be entertaining, be engaging with chat. Say stupid shit that people hopefully will clip. If they clip it out of context, so be it. If they make me drink Tex-Mex, so be it. Thankfully, past me had the foresight to limit the Baja Bilk / Tex-Mex redeem to once per stream. Because I know some of you motherfuckers have saved up a shit ton of channel points for that express purpose. And past me was like, nuh-uh. We ain't doing that. But back on top, it's like, when will we see the new VTuber model? And my answer is, hell if I know. Oh, you're tapping out as well, Soul? Alright, good night. I assume you're saying that because you're tapping out as well. Because I'm still going for another 15 minutes. You know, there's some things in writing that I struggle with. Like, I can set up, like, the atmosphere. Writing, like, natural sounding dialogue that doesn't sound too stiff is a bit of a challenge. Finding interesting fight scenes is also a challenge. It's like, I have the ideas. The problem is, like, I have, like, a full, like, movie directing set inside my brain, complete with, like, special effects, perfectly choreographed fight scenes, epic music, and all that jazz, and I can just play it in my head. But when I try to write it down, something is lost in the transition, and it fucking sucks. I wish I could just transfer what's in my brain directly to the screen and just show off my genius to the world. But unfortunately, that's not how the real world works. And I actually have to, like, work on improving. Damn it. In any case. Doom, 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 doom. Now I just gotta think. It's like, it is Soul's birthday. I do want to get him something, but I don't want to resort to Twitch subs or Twitch bits, because I am vehemently against letting Twitch have a cut. Like, absolutely against that. That's why I have that Stream Elements bot, like, link you to my Ko-fi and the Stream Elements tip page. Because, like, if you really do want to support me, then giving me the money directly through those links is the best way to do it. And any option that refuses to let Twitch have a cut is a good option in my book. And really, you should only sub to me if you like the emotes. That's it. I know. Controversial take. Wow. You know, I was kind of hoping in my heart of hearts that the alcohol was going to help me write better. It doesn't seem to have that effect. It is neither making me better nor making me worse. You know what hasn't gotten worse? Seribot. Because Seribot just banned someone immediately. Thank you for your hard work as always, Seribot. I mean, you guys don't even get to see that. It just happens outside your view. Like, if it weren't for me telling you that it happened, you would never have known that it happened. Here's the problem. I could just sit back and listen to this Girls Frontline track over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. In fact, that's what we've been doing this entire time. Alright, 10 more minutes. Damn, we learning how to read and write? No, I'm just writing. And by writing, I mean yapping about the most mundane things in my life to avoid writing. Hello, 7-Up, by the way. We're about to end in 8 minutes. I've just been yapping about what it's like to fend for myself while I'm living in a decently sized house by myself, as the other residents of the house are currently on vacation. We're talking about future plans in my VTuber career. We're also talking about things I want to get across in my writing, flaws in characterization, irony versus sincerity, building a new PC, and, you know, sometimes writing in between. As someone once famously said, it is what it is. Oh well. The maid and the old man will return in about a week and a half. And then after stream ends, after I raid, I have to like go wash the dishes because I didn't have time to wash the dishes when I came home from work. I only have enough time to get something to eat and get ready for stream. Then I press live. And instead of writing, I just ended up yapping about whatever. So after stream, gonna have to go downstairs, wash the dishes. And there's a lot of dishes to wash. I didn't realize that, like, even though I'm currently occupying the house by myself, I go through a lot of dishes for breakfast and lunch. And cooking lunch. Imagine if I had to do this like every single day. Oh boy. I mean, it would be too bad. I'm managing to do it. It's just, it gets tedious and time consuming. That's the only problem. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, it just takes time. I'll work it out eventually. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even next week. But eventually. It's just right now, this is making me realize I do need to expand like my cooking repertoire, because like what I have right now is like good for short term, maybe not so much long term. I mean, I basically have like, I meal prepped marinated chicken breasts, ready to cook on the fly on the morning before I go to work, along with like cucumbers, get the rice cooked as well, and I bought some yogurt to bring in every day. So I have all the 4 major food groups: meat, veggies, grains, dairy. Bam. It's like I actually put some thought into this or something. But, you know, I do want to expand, like, maybe move on to pork, beef, fish even. Try out other vegetables, try out other methods of cooking. You know, that's a problem for future Thunderbird. Right now, current Thunderbird is like, you know, this is good for now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yep. That's all I do. And play the video games sometimes. Because I like playing the video games. Alright, I guess this is a good spot to end. Thank you all for joining me tonight as I work on some writing, or at least attempt to. And also help me get better at the yapping, because that's a core skill for all VTubers. You know what? This is a rare chance to go raid Pastel Princess Mari. She's a fellow VTuber. And she helped me out a lot when I was starting out. So I have a lot of gratitude for that lady. Currently, she is playing Played Up with her friends. So let's go raid her. Good night, everyone, and remember to stay prime.